Now, listen up. Mercy Corps is an organization that helps communities forge new paths to prosperity in the face of disaster, poverty, and impacts the climate change has made on them. They connect people with resources and opportunities they need to build strong, stable livelihoods that can withstand future challenges. So today, I have Mercy Corps Regional Director for Africa, Sean Granville Ross, in studio to tell us about the current drought happening in Somalia. Sean, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Like we were just talking off camera, people out there don't know until we tell them. So tell everyone, how did we get to the point where hundreds of thousands of children are facing starvation?
Yeah, so Somalia and the Horn of Africa has been in a tough spot. We haven't had rain for four consecutive rainy seasons now. So, that's almost 2.5 years. While the world has been wrestling with COVID, this part of the region, this part of Africa has not seen rain, which is critical to allowing people to do agriculture, to keep their livestock alive. And so what we see now is a lot of people who've lost all of their livelihoods, who've lost their livestock, and are now facing starvation, given there's no rain, no ability to grow crops.
Yeah, how close are they to famine, and what would that trigger for them?
So we are close to famine right now. In the population of Somalia as a whole, we talk about 8 million people who are now hungry. Even within that, there's definitely 200,000 people who are closer to facing starvation and famine. And more importantly, probably for the viewers today, there are about 380,000 children who are also facing hunger. That's about the same as half of the population of children under 11 in Oregon.
Wow.
So yeah, the numbers are big. And it's been compounded by sort of the implications of COVID, and then further compounded by the conflict in Ukraine. And we see an increase in fuel, an increase in food prices.
Yeah.
That has had an impact on Somalia.
So let's talk about solutions. What do they need most urgently?
So right now, most urgently, it's about meeting their immediate needs. So that's food, that's water, that's shelter. And what we're doing is at the forefront there with the teams in Somalia who are from Somalia. They're the people of Somalia who work with Mercy Corps, trying to make sure we can help people get food, get water, and find shelter.
And just like anything else, the war in Ukraine has impacted Somalia, right?
Yeah, there's definitely been the sort of impact in terms of increase in food prices.
Yeah.
So even here in Oregon, here in Portland, people are talking about the cost of living going up. That's the same in Africa, that's the same in Somalia. Food prices have gone up. Fuel prices have gone up, which impacts the ability for traders to get commodities into the market, and for people with limited resources and not a lot of money,
Yeah.
It becomes even harder.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for telling us about this. Tell everyone out there where they can go for more information and how we can help.
Yeah, definitely. You can find more information and you can help. Go to mercycorps.org. You'll find all of the information you need and what you can do to help the teams out there in Africa who are working hard to help people who need immediate support.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and I'm just so grateful that you could come on. Like I said before, nobody knows until we can tell them, and this is a great outlet for people to get that education. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks to the people of Oregon for their support.
Yes, absolutely. Guys, it is time for our first commercial break, but when we get back,